Hello and welcome back to basically just a little bonus video because I thought this would be a little bit of fun to do. So, MMO Champion have managed to get working 3D models for Thrall, Durotan, and your other man, Gromash. And I just thought it would be fun to have a little bit of a look at these, and then we can check out some of their animations. First of all, Thrall. Well, he still looks like a complete badass. He's standing up straight, which is interesting for an orc, different from the other orcs, and that's a move that some people in the community like and some dislike. Hard to say what I think exactly, other than I just know that when I look at this model, I think it's pretty cool, and I just want to see him wielding the Doomhammer and being a badass. So in terms of my actual opinions, first of all, it's nice being able to pan around things. We can see his new hair, a little bit better details. He's got some stubble there in the back, just fair enough. His face is looking, I think, very much at Siege of Orgrimmar standards, but definitely quite good. Of course, the Siege of Orgrimmar Thrall model definitely had some of those new facial animation rigs, and you can see that close up actually pretty well. So in terms of other things, it's just nice being able to pan around a little bit more. We can see his duster jacket better. Like, I know it's not a duster jacket, but that's what I'm calling it. He's a badass wearing leather, and I think that's cool. We can actually get a better look at his armor as well. Just look how chunky those bracers are. I really do like that. There's just more of a heft to it, and especially those boots. Look at those boots. Ah, they're great. Now let's have a look at some of the animations. So this is what happens when Thrall dies. He's a bit of a drama queen when he goes, honestly, but I think it's pretty cool. There's Thrall casting. Not really too sure if his mouth model's working out perfectly there. There's the walk cycle. Look how, like, he's looking sort of down at the person. Like, that is a return to angry Thrall. I really like that. Yeah, Green Jesus is, like, okay, he is wearing the Green Jesus clothes a little bit, but I think that character is hopefully a little bit more dead. It certainly looks like that in terms of how they're animating the body language of Thrall. You know, his body language is very much, you know, get shit done, kick ass, and I really do like that. The run cycle itself is looking pretty good as well. Another thing to note there is just look at his clothes. I think they're flowing pretty decently. Maybe one or two more frames in there would be nice. They're not frames, but one or two more kind of like adjustment points, if you know what I mean, like pivot points. But still, it's looking pretty natural, and I think that's definitely quite good. So that's the run cycle. I don't know how many of these other things are working. Actually, let's just kind of pan our way through. A whole bunch of custom spells, mounts, etc. Sitting on the ground, swimming. Aww. See, there's the great thing about the new faces. Look how expressive they can be, and of course, it's a little bit bugged. It's not completely finished, but still, I kind of like it a lot, actually. So that's definitely nice. This is just him doing something with the spell, I guess. But yeah, overall, I think Thrall is looking really solid, actually. I think there's some of the kneeling animations from the patch 5.4 and cinematic. And that is, I believe, all of the mods we have for Thrall. I'm not too sure why this one does what it does, but as you can see, it's a little bit odd. Anyway, let's move on to Durotan. So first of all, just have a little bit of an in-depth close look. We can just see essentially the same. Get a very nice look at his belt. That's pretty badass, actually. And I'm pretty sure that that's an ogre. That's like an ogre's head. The reason I think that's because I think, yeah, Durotan was involved in some sort of ogre hunt or thing when he was young, and he apparently distinguished himself in that. So pretty cool. In terms of his face, I don't know if that is a custom-made face or not. So that remains to be seen. I like how his armor, though, it's all kind of one color tone. Well, okay, apart from the wolf pelt stuff. But the actual armor itself, it's either leather or wood. I think that's definitely pretty cool. Of course, there's probably more practical solutions. Still, though, it really does suit the style of the character, and also the fact that it's Frostwolf clan. It's not like he's, you know, out of one of those clans which are all kind of iron and steel and, you know, that kind of thing. So a few of these animations may be a little bit messed up. There's this critical hit animation. Every day he's shuffling, as you can see. There's him walking backwards. Stun. Hands closed, which honestly looks a little bit derpy. Let's just kind of skip past some of these. It seems like this is using some of the reason I say this, and this is totally just a guess, but I think that this is the same like base model of the regular orc, because it seems to have most of those animations already in at the minute. Whoa. Okay, well he's doing the splits. Alright, let's move on actually and just show some really, you know, some animations that aren't silly. Alright, we've bugged the model viewer. 1 second. 1 second. I'll find a way to fix this. Stand. Nope. Okay, model viewer. Thank you. There we go. We're back in Durotan. So let's go have a look at some of his emotes. Do any of them work? And the answer is no. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah. Still though, once again, facial animations. I think that's great. He actually looks like a really stylized form of angry. So that's really kind of nice to see. And then finally, we have Grom Hellscream. This is a very kind of well-known character, obviously. And, yeah, well, he's an Orc Blade Master. He did the whole Demon Blood thing back in the day. There's one thing, actually, his armor here, this reminds me a little bit of some of the samurai-styled kind of shoulders, just with those little studs and things like that. And why do I say that? Well, actually, this guy is one of the closest equivalents that we have to the kind of Japanese samurai style of fighting, actually, in Warcraft, because he was the first, I think he was the first Orc Blade Master, and they basically used a Dodachi katana. So I think that's the correct pronunciation. I could be totally fucking it up, whatever. It's basically a two-handed, really big, heavy katana, and that's what these guys used in Warcraft 2. Maybe it was 3, I think it was 2. So there's perhaps a little bit of inspiration there in his armor. I think these bracers, really nice as well. Overall, a really solid looking model, and I like how he's not in sort of the similar way to, say, Blackhand, but he's not completely armored up. He still looks a lot more kind of, he looks a lot more like himself, I guess, or what I'd imagine the character to be. So overall, looking pretty cool. I like his hair as well, in that it just seems to suit his character pretty well. And overall, pretty cool dude. Let's have a look at some of his animations. We can see if any of these are actually done. So that's what we will see when we kill him, apparently. There's his walk cycle. Once again, there's a lot of weight to his shoulders there. I think that works out quite well. And overall, pretty good posing on that. There's his run. Oh, there's him dead. Standing, taking a wound. Whole bunch of criticals. There's the the shake breaking it. Oh, wow. That's really something. Holy shit. Ah, man, that's funny. That's funny indeed. Walking backward. Oh no, have we broken his face? He's permanently sad now. Or is he? Not sure. Yeah, some of these animations are just, like, they only really work when you have a weapon in your hand, so they don't particularly do much for you. Otherwise, any of these things work. Nah, that's basically it for these models, and I'm just going to round off the video here. I just thought it'd be cool to show you, and honestly, it's probably a good thing this one isn't going to drag on, because I've got a really annoying cold, so yeah, fun stuff all around. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.